Hello, this is Soundout here. Welcome back to another Mighty Morphin Power Rangers review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Legacy Dragon Dagger. This is a thing and I love it. So here we have our first Legacy item that's not a Megazord or a Morpher, but an actual roleplay weapon that is 1-to-1 scale. I am so excited something like this exists, and I don't know if we'll get another one, but I would love a Legacy Saba, Bandai, if you're listening. Please make Saba. Anyways, if this wasn't enough Dragon Zord power for you, the Dragon Dagger has a toy. In the 90s, yes it did. Quite stumpy, not really too accurate, little details missing here and there. In Japan it was a bit better, but this right here blows that old thing out of the water completely. This is the Dragon Dagger. This is a 1-to-1 scale, die-cast, full sounds, 24 karat gold plated, although it was just a Comic-Con thing, Dragon Dagger. And this comes in a beautiful box too. Just to give you a perspective of how big this box is, here's Legacy Megazord. Here is a side-by-side. Legacy Megazord is only a head taller than this box, and not near as long. This thing is quite massive, and it's awesome for that. So, taking a look at the box real quick, I love this box. It's got the Dragon Zord, it's got the Green Ranger. You got Green Ranger playing it on the side. On the back, you have this nice little swirly effect. I like that. You got the story, which mentions the Power Sword. Bandai makes a Power Sword, Legacy Power Sword. I would be so happy. There's your other languages. I'll actually zoom in each of these so you get a chance to pause it. And there's your chance gone. Sounds from the original series. You got tunes, you got sounds, you got Tommy. You got Rangers. You got copyright information. And this thing is a whopping $80. Just stating that right now, this thing retails for $80. And with that being said, we're going to get this out of the box right now because it's interesting how this thing's packed. And none other than an egg crate, much like a Bandai of Japan item. You also get an instruction sheet, but who knows? Who doesn't know how the Dragon Dagger works? So that being said, this thing is well protected in plastic. And in fact, is now in my hand. And my only complaint with this whole thing is it doesn't stand very well, which means it can't be displayed very well for review. But that being said, we have here a true prop replica item that is better than the prop from the series. Because it would look atrocious up close. Because the props are made to look good on camera. But that being said, this is what would a real Dragon Dagger look like, minus a couple copyright information thingamadoos. This is what I think, if the Dragon Dagger existed in real life, this is what it would look like. This is a hefty, hefty item. First of all, die-cast is all over the place on this. There's die-cast along this gold bar. This whole black section in the middle is die-cast. The little end piece is die-cast. All these keys are die-cast. This tip is die-cast. All the middle body section is die-cast. The little trigger here is die-cast. Everything's die-cast on this thing. All the gold is 24 karat plated gold. Plated, not solid gold, so don't try to melt one of these down to try to make money. But it is plated gold. The coin in the middle there looks great with the reflective chromeness. I like that better than trying to make it like the Legacy coin. And that's how you turn it on, is by flicking this switch here. And that's honestly really cool. They hid the on-off switch, which they didn't label it, so if you couldn't find it, right there where you can flip it on. But just taking a look at the craftsmanship of this item, I want to give a close look. Now the blade is not die-cast, it is a rubbery plastic, and it could possibly bend if you're not careful. But you just got to take a look at the detail that's engraved in this. This is plastic here, but just all the little details that are molded in, the little lines here. Everything's painted. There's no stickers on this at all. Little end piece here. Everything looks great. The little serial numbers down here are, and the copyright information and the speaker holes, which I think are actually present on the prop in the show, are still there. But other than that, this thing looks just absolutely beautiful. It is hefty, and it is the right size, and these buttons all make attack noises. So you get 3 attack noises with that, and swinging this thing around would possibly injure someone because it is heavy. Like, legitimately, it's heavier in the blade than in the handle. It is a little awkward to hold at first, but this thing is just, it's great. It swings around nicely so you can go into the flute mode. It's just awesome. Now, you're wondering, well, if these make attack noises, then where are the music pieces? Well, to do that, you hold down this piece, which would press against your chin, or the mouth of the helmet for the Green Ranger, or Dragon Ranger if you're a Japanese G-Ranger fan. You hold this down, you press a button, or you hold it down, and it plays the attack noise, the combined noise, whatever it is. Hold it down, and now you get the iconic Dragon Zord summoning noise. Now, these sounds, if you're playing this and let go, it's fine. You just have to hold this down to start playing. So what's also cool is that if you press any of these buttons, they make attack noises here, but if you hold this down and start playing a song, you can actually press the buttons without any other sounds happening, which is cool for roleplay functionality. And so you have the classic Zord summoning sound, you have the attack combined sound. So lastly, we have another version of the theme song. This one's a little special, so I'm going to let it play. You get a full lyrical version of the TV-sized version of the opening Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme. And that is what is the final cherry on the top of the sound effects. They made purpose of each button, has 2 different sounds. So you get 6 sounds in total, plus the activation noise makes 7, and 3 of them are music pieces. It's quite impressive everything that's gone into this $80 prop replica. So much so that you don't notice a battery cover on this thing until you take a closer look. And this is the most impressive part to me, from an engineering standpoint, is where the batteries hide. Because, well, you can't find a battery compartment on this thing unless you look in the right place. Now, normally, on the original version, the battery cover, I believe, was along this edge. But you don't have that here. You have something special. If you notice, on the very tip of this, there is a little button. You push down that button, and you turn the cap here, this slides off. And then, you pull this, and there are your 2 AAAs in a load tray to be loaded. These do take true AAAs, which I have these batteries in here. But you can see, it loads in like this. This piece doesn't fall out. You slide it back in, you put the cap back on, lock it into place, and now your Dragon Dagger is good to go. So overall, is the Legacy Dragon Dagger worth $80? While it doesn't seem like it from seeing it through a video or through pictures or watching a review like this one, it doesn't seem like it's worth $80, I don't think, as it didn't to me when I first saw pictures and video. But physically holding this in the box, seeing how massive it is in real life, because it feels bigger in real life than it is in any video or picture you can see, feeling the weight on it, holding it, and having it in hand is like nothing else. I have not experienced a roleplay weapon from Power Rangers that has felt this powerful. And it really goes to show that Bandai knows what they're doing with this Legacy line. And $80 is completely reasonable for this. Now, I've noticed the Toys R Us website did raise the price to $100, and I do think that is a little ridiculous. $80 for the amount, what you get, the sound effects, the weight, the size, the die cast, the gold, all that justifies an $80 price tag. Even better when you get it for $60 when they're having a 25% off Power Rangers sale, like I did. But for $80, definitely worth it. Any higher, I would not recommend it, because you will start feeling like, well, it's 6 sound effects for $100. But the item alone is worth its retail cost. Now, Toys R Us is not the only place you can purchase this from. It is available for pre-order on Amazon.com and BigBadToyStore.com. I would recommend going to Big Bad Toy Stores. They should be receiving their Dragon Daggers and Dragon Zords soon. And overall, I would recommend it at the $80 price. So, be sure to stay tuned, as now that we have the Morpher to become the Green Ranger, we have the Dragon Dagger, and we can summon the Dragon Zord. So stay tuned. Anyways, be sure to check out HeroTaku.com for all your Power Rangers news and more. Until next time, saying goodbye.